Hey guys, Weeb here, and today we're going to be doing an archery guide in Legends of Aria. So this is going to be a step-by-step guide from level 1 archery all the way up to about level 65, which you should be able to achieve without any other requirements or money, or not that much time really, a couple hours tops. Okay, so the skills that we're going to be starting with in the character selection screen are going to be 30 Archer, 30 Vigor, 10 Martial Prowess, and 30 Healing. Okay, so let's go straight into the game. We're going to go to Prowess Landing. Enter World. So this was much more effective before the latest update. You were able to take Manifestation and wield a book and attack a bear. And what it would do is it would level up your healing, your defense, and your vigor all at the same time. But unfortunately they nerfed this. So this particular method is a little bit slower than it originally was. Okay, so what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to notice is you have 50 bandages because you took healing, and you have 100 arrows because you have archery. So you're going to start off with 100 gold. We're going to go straight to the archery store, and you're going to buy as many arrows as you can. At 1 gold each, it should be 100. Note, instead of taking 2 of the other skills, you can take woodcutting, and lumberjacking, and carpentry, and then go to cut some own logs and make your own arrows if you cannot buy them out of the store. It shouldn't happen, but it can happen. Okay, so let's go into the store. Okay, 999 arrows. Okay, we're good. So buy 100 arrows, pursuit complete. We're now out of gold. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go straight to the sewers. Yes, sewers like majority of other games. So the sewers are located over here in Paris Land, and we're going to run over there. You do not need any armor or anything at this particular time, so don't worry about that. Just run straight into here with your bow. So what we're going to do, the reason we're going into the sewers is because there's little spiders that give you a high amount of gold compared to other mobs of their level. So you're going to go in here to farm your first, let's say, 1,000 gold. It may take a little bit of time, but believe me when I say this is worth it. Okay, so here are the lurkers. So start attacking them. It shouldn't really be that hard. All you really want to do is put your bandages on your bar up here. So drag them over. And you want to be hit. You don't want to kite hit. You actually want to get hit. So you're going to keep attacking these. And then when it's dead, you're going to loot it. And you're going to click Alt. Hold in Alt. Left Alt. And then click on the corpse. And it'll loot for you. If you have a bandage up, it'll say that you can't do this. It'll hurt your karma. So you just need to click it again. So as you see, I got the loot. So now you're going to keep attacking these for a while until we get about 1,000 gold. As you see, I got 27 gold, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But at 1,000 gold, it'll be much easier to get over the next step, and you're going to save a lot of time. So let's kill this one, we'll loot this one, and then we'll take you to the next step. Okay. So the next step we're going to do is you're going to buy as many arrows and as many bandages as you can. You don't really need anything else at this point. A little bit of armor would help, and your armor does eventually break. So you are eventually going to need new armor, but not at this point. Something else to note is that when you click C, you have your abilities here, which abilities that you want for your particular class. If you click the arrows, it'll tell you whether or not you want skill point to go up, go down, or you want to lock it into place. Personally, I would bring agility up, I would lock strength for now, and I would bring everything down. The reason that you want agility is because agility increases your maximum stamina, which is a new system that they just put in. So when you shoot arrows, your stamina actually goes down. That never used to be the case, and it used to be quite differently playing the archer. Okay, so you're going to run around and bandage whenever you're not full HP. So you can buy more arrows, obviously, from here. But if you want to buy more bandages, you're going to want to go to the general store, which is located over here. Actually, my bad, the general store is located over here. Okay, so this is the general store over here. So the general store is going to give you the bandages, which is going to be used on all classes. Okay, so the bandages are in here. If you click control, it'll show you the items so you can easily get it. Note, this is a map. So if you buy this map, this would show up. All the other maps are going to be blacked out. They're not going to be like this. So you need to buy them in each of the other towns to actually see where you're going. So I'm not going to buy anything, but let's go. So usually you would go and attack a bear with a book and upgrade 3 or 4 skills really, really fast. And it would make this really fluid. but unfortunately that has been nerfed, so you're going to have to take a little bit of a roundabout way. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go attack creatures about our level, and we're going to increase our defense a bit, our healing, our ranging, and our vigor, which is the 4 skills that we're going to need to go to the next area. Okay, so you can run around and attack bears and horses and other things if that's what you wish to do, or you can go to a graveyard. Now, there are a couple of graveyards. They are generally located next to each city, but the one that we're going to be going to is up here. So if you go to a graveyard and find that there's too many people there, check out the world map, which I will put below the video so you can actually see the entire world map and see the graveyards, and then you can go to a different graveyard. Okay, so you go into here. Be aware, some of these have a really long aggro range. Okay, so let's attack the skeleton. You want to keep them away from the other mobs because their aggro range can be quite massive. Okay, I don't know what happened to that skeleton. He decided he didn't want to fight me, so okay. Let's go get another one. So you don't want to kite here, you actually want to stand here. And then you just want to take this damage. As you see what just happened, the other skeleton ran away and then come back, so now I'm having to take 2 all at once. But that's okay, because we started at a high archery level, vigor level, and whatnot. So basically, you just want to kill these and walk around and kill all these and keep looting until I would say you're about 37. So right now, you are running archery, you are running martial powers, you are running healing, and you're running vigor. Now, I would do this until you're about 37 to 40-ish. The higher you can go, the better for the next step. But I can understand that it gets a little bit grindy there, or where there's not enough mobs. But the absolute minimum I would move on would be about 37 archery and 37 vigor. Okay, so the next step we're actually going to take is a lot further away. And it's a little bit dodgy, because we're kind of abusing mechanics here to level up archery. So when you've looted those corpses over there, you should have enough gold to buy a lot of arrows. So what I want you to do is go into the carpentry store, as we did earlier, and buy all the arrows you can. Don't worry about the bandages. The most bandages you probably need for the next area is about 50. You want as many arrows as you possibly can. Something to note though, arrows can take a lot of weight. So make sure that your weight isn't over encumbered. So bring, I'd say, 1,000 to 1,500 arrows to the next area. Okay, so I've jumped to the other character so I can show you the next area. So the interactive map that I'm talking about, that hopefully you have opened up from below the video, is this interactive map here. So this interactive map basically tells you the entire world map, and it tells you things like taming and mining, mage towers, and city locations. So it is kind of helpful. Don't look at the map and then see a mob around your level and just run to it though, because it doesn't give you extra information. Like, for example, you would run to skeleton mages that it might only be level 25 to 35, but they're actually incredibly powerful. So do pay attention. Okay, so we're down here in Paris Landing, and this is the graveyard over here that we're going to do, that we were doing. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to want to teleport to Eldir, and we're going to want to run up this path here, all the way around here, and then we're going to want to come down to Hobgoblins. Now, Hobgoblins skill level 50. This is why I recommended at least getting level 37 in both archery and vigor before coming here. You don't need healing skills and you don't need martial prowess because you're not going to get hit. So I'm going to jump forward and we are going to go to the other town. So I will show you how to get to the other town. This is from Paris Landing. Basically, any town can get to any other town via teleport. You can't necessarily teleport directly from your town all the way across to the other, because you can only teleport to the map that's currently next to your one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the teleporter here. We're going to have to teleport to the Crossroads, and then we're going to teleport from the Crossroads up to Elder Village. Then we're going to run north, following the path, and we're going to go all the way down. I would suggest getting a horse with the silver that you made from the gold that you made from the graveyard. It should only cost you 500 gold. And you should be able to dismiss it, so there's no chance of dying. Okay, so over here is the Gatekeeper. Sometimes these Gatekeepers can bug out and die. If that happens, that's really unfortunate, but there's not a lot you can do about it. Okay, interact. So we're going to go to Crossroads. As you can see, I can't go anywhere else but the Oasis and the Crossroads. You don't want to go to the Oasis because that's a PvP zone, so stay out of there. Okay, now that we're at the Crossroads, we can teleport to maps that are close by. So we're going to go to Elder Village. The reason I'm showing this part is because it can be a little bit confusing as to how to get to Elder Village exactly. So the fastest way to do it is to run right. There's no other way to get down there. You have to go around the mountainside. But what you can do is when you run over to this side of the mountain, instead of running all the way around, is you can just kind of jump up a cliff. Make sure you stay away from the black bears because at this level, they're still kind of strong. And they do have a long aggro range, so if you AFK somewhere near the tower, sometimes they can kill you, so I wouldn't recommend that either. So jump down here, get onto the path, and then follow this path all the way. So follow this path through town all the way up here. Keep following the path, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then you're going to get to about here. And then you're going to run down here, and then we're going to go down to the Hobgoblin camp. Okay, so here we are at the Hobgoblins, which we did a big run around from here all the way around here. So these are Hobgoblins here. They are kind of high level, and they do take a lot of arrows to kill. But what you could do is when you're walking around these seats, is that when they're on the exact opposite side, when you're luring them in a circle, you shoot them so they get stunned for a second, and then you move to the exact opposite side. And what you're doing is now he doesn't know to go that way or to go that way. So now he's permanently stuck in that position. So you keep doing this with the goblins, and they're not actually aggressive, so you can run around here and do it as much as you want. And they drop quite a bit of gold, as you just saw, 150 gold. So as long as you're not using more than 150 arrows to kill one, you're actually making gains. Now, a bit of a downside here is that you're not able to get healing because you're not actually getting hit, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to lure up this Hobgoblin. So you hit him and then get out of combat so you can run faster. Okay, he's not stopped firing. The new archer changes is making this a lot harder to achieve. Okay, we're bringing him over. As you can see, they're incredibly slow. So you can basically stun lock them in place normally anyway. But what you want to do is get them on the exact opposite side of the table. Okay. He should come this way, but really slowly. Okay, so we're going to hit him, and then we move up. And I believe he's stuck in place. So now he's stuck in place because I hit him on the exact opposite side. You're going to want to keep doing this. You can kite them around the forest if you want, but you keep running out of stamina because the new stamina. I'm not using any stamina boosters like potions or anything else that helps me because this guide assumes that you only have the very base stuff that you have gathered throughout the guide. So you should be getting here at 37 to 45-ish, and you should be able to stay here until like 65 archery. Once you have 65 archery, you're able to do many other things like go kill skelly mages for items, or you can go kill pirates and various other things, but this guide won't go into that. So stay here until you've leveled up. Keep in mind that your bow does have durability, so you're going to want to make sure it doesn't break, and that you do have vitality, so you're going to want to go back to a bard at an inn to rest and get your vitality back, so your stats and your XP rate doesn't go down too far. This will take you a while, but once you've done, you're probably going to have about 5,000 or 6,000 gold at the very minimum by the time you're level 60. So you should be able to buy full armor sets and everything else you need to do to complete your archery. Anyway, that covers everything for the Archer's Guide in Legends of Aria. I hope you did enjoy the video. Peace, guys.